rushing sets to get them done, it only made me frustrated and unsure of my strength. I noticed that rushing the sets didn't help me get stronger. I needed to be more intentional with my reps, so that meant switching up my tempo, slowing the reps down, and getting stronger. So what if the goal wasn't to finish the set, but to stay in control the entire time? Yes, I'm talking about during that one set of 20 or even that one set of 10. So what's my goal? Slower, controlled reps for one set of 20. Can we do this? Can we do this? Yes, we can do this. I noticed in the first 4 weeks, I was progressing in my weight, but I didn't feel as confident in my one set of 20 back squats as I did on a one set of 10, right? Because with doing this set, you're challenging yourself within the reps, right? So the first phase of the set it's fairly easy, right? But then once you get to the middle, it starts to become a little bit more challenging to where we want to be successful in the last couple reps because that builds control and confidence under the bar, right? So I felt like I needed to take a step back and work on my tempo so I can have more slower controlled reps where I can definitely feel it in my glutes and I can feel it getting stronger, I feel like. And also I feel like it makes the rep more intentional. So this is going to be easier said than done, okay? But I love our last episode if you haven't watched it already because we explain the phases inside the set. So make sure you go check that out and it'll make this episode more understandable. So rushing sets can make you feel uneasy and sometimes you start to hold your breath like weirdly throughout the set and you may lose strength or even your form. So a lot of times these unfamiliar patterns like sitting at a desk all day, your hip flexors are really tight, that creates an unstable back squat. This can create chaos within a set and also in real life. Like when you're picking something off the ground, right? And you begin to lose your balance, we're talking having more control in our everyday movements as well. So feeling rushed when our body feels unsafe, we're going to change that today. When the body feels unsafe, we feel like we have to rush. We're not doing that anymore. I feel like I do that in real life too. Like, why was I rushing to get to the gym today and I had no work and nothing else to do after? We have to slow it down. So that's what we're doing, is slowing it down. So what does slower reps actually mean? Slowing down our reps or using slower tempo increases time under tension, which is great for improving form, mind muscle connection, and what I like is stimulates muscle growth. And then also you have a brief pause where you own your position, like holding that bottom position in a back squat. This increases muscle building, time under tension. That pause is usually 20 seconds within the set. This is where you're refining your technique and you're creating more stability. So in that one set of 20, I try to do a tempo of 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and then 1 second. I noticed early in my journey when it came to building my back squat and reaching a new PR, I felt like I was rushing through my set. So that just made me feel frustrated. I didn't even feel like I was getting stronger. I felt like I was at a plateau. So once I started slowing down the rep and feeling the movement in my muscles and also taking that pause at the bottom of my back squat, I felt like I finally put myself in a position to feel strong within the set. And I wasn't feeling that way when I was rushing through the sets at all. I honestly didn't even feel like I was recruiting the right muscles. So that means the form was off. And it probably could have been unsafe too. But now we're doing better. We're doing better. And next is controlling the rise during that slow tempo, right? This is also the perfect opportunity to control the concentric phase of your lift, which means controlling the lengthening phase. So this isn't about lighter lifting, but lifting with intention, okay? So let's talk about the 3-2-1 tempo that I like to use. So step 1 is set your stance. You want your feet about shoulder width apart and you want to take a big breath in. You want to brace your core like you're preparing to lift groceries or your niece or a box, right? Strong before your move. Second, you want to lower for 3 seconds. You want to sit down. You want to almost feel like you're sitting down and back slowly. Your knees trace over your toes and also keeping your chest up so it stays tall. So I like to count in my head 1, 2, 3. Lower like you're setting something down carefully, a vase or something. And then step 3, you want to pause for 2 seconds. Stay balanced at the bottom. Feel your feet, feel your hips, feel your core, right? This is where intention comes into place. I feel like this is almost like a reset too. I'm not sitting too too long though, just enough to be like, okay, I can do this. So this is where you're owning the position. Then in step 4, stand up for 1 second. Push through your whole foot, okay? Feel the ground. I feel like I'm doing a great back squat is when I'm feeling the ground. And then stand tall with control, no jerking, no panic, slow and confident. Step 5, reset and do it again because we already did it, right? So inhale, embrace your core, start the next rep the same way. Every rep gets the same respect. Every rep gets the same intention. It's better said than done, but through practice and repetition, I promise you only get better. I noticed today I just felt stronger. I upped my weight twice during this program. So I've been doing this program for about 6 weeks. I like to only do it about 4 to 6 weeks, no longer, but I felt like there were some changes I needed to make within the program. So that's why I'm doing it this long. But within those 6 weeks, I was able to up my weight twice. And in this last set, I did 1 set of 21. So I did more than a 1 set of 20 with the heavier weight. So let's go. This is proof that it's working and I'm feeling even more confident now. I'm like, what should I do next? So remember, 3 seconds down to feel it, 2 seconds to own it, and 1 second of trust. So I like to think every rep is great feedback, right? You tap in. I know for me in my morning gym sessions, it's hard to lock in fully. So I'm kind of like checking in during the set. And then the middle of the rep, that's where I create more rhythm. And the set, I'm bracing my core, right? And then through the middle of the set, that's where I'm creating rhythm and the pace. I'm kind of like setting the pace. And then those last reps, it's teaching me confidence under the bar. The last rep, we aren't losing our form. This is our practice for staying calm in the pressure cooker. I can do this. I did this. Let's do it again. I like to relate my gym sessions to real life. So I learned last year when things got tough, things were a little wacky and out of place and wasn't what I expected, right? How am I reacting under this pressure? Isn't even my pressure. And low key, it's not. I'm about to preach y'all. It's not my pressure. So I give it to the Lord. And I think that creates calmness, confidence, ease, right? So that's kind of like what we're learning within this set. You see how quickly I can relate this to the Lord? Yes, amen, amen. So in the gym, we're moving with intention, with that slower tempo. We also control the set. When weights feel heavier, we're able to sustain it. When life gets heavy, okay, the Lord sustains us. He is our shield. All right. I just was in Psalms, so a lot of this is like just coming back. It's coming back. Okay, he brings me more peace, right? So we're not panicking when things get hard or challenging, right? We're going to be confident in the gym and also outside of the gym. So we're building confidence, improving our balance. Also, this makes the last couple sets worth it. I'm telling you, in that 1 set of 20, just going over 1 rep and doing 1 set of 21, I was so excited, but I felt in control. Even though it felt a little tough, I knew I can do it. And I think changing up my tempo and not rushing through this set really helped me. And I hope it helps you all. And if you've tried different tempos, let me know. Let me know which tempo works for you. I love a 3-2-1, but I know there's like a 2-1-2. It's different tempos depending on what you're looking for, right? What your goal is. So we want control first, confidence second, and load later. Let's apply this to one of our workouts or exercises this week. So choose one lift. I chose a back squat and I'm going to implement this newfound pattern or pattern recognition. I'm going to introduce this into all of my lifts, especially all of my main lifts, right? Into my overhead press, into my bent over rows, into my RDLs, right? So choose one workout. If you're working out back squats, do some body weight back squats and be more intentional with every rep. And also stop if your form breaks. The goal is up to 20 reps, but if you can get 10, that's great. Next week, we'll try for 12, right? So thank you all for watching. This is a part of the 1 set of 20 confidence cycle. And I truly believe that more intentional reps help you be more confident under the bar and also in real life. So if you're interested in a 1 set of 20 confidence cycle and building confidence under the bar, building confidence in real life, building confidence outside the gym, check out my program. I have it on my website. And just remember, confidence is created not by rushing or being in a panic. It's through being present, right? And just remember, we don't build confidence by rushing. It's built by being present, rep by rep. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective, and my perspective may differ from yours. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been down with me.